this is Kat, and today we're going to do a tutorial for you on making these out of these. So we're going to be making our own cutters out of candle holders. Excuse me. So I've been working on a few. I've made a few that I've actually used before in the past, and I've just been working on a little heart, and then I figured that's what I'm going to do for you today, is this little heart, okay? And that's because they're simple and they're easy to do. And I don't know about you, but I do have cutters. I don't have very many because they're actually expensive, and mine cross over to so many different types of craft as well. So, you know, it's not always possible to have some that are cheap, because they're not gonna, the cheap ones aren't gonna work with Utee, for instance. I haven't tried these with Utee. That's going to be the next thing I'm going to do once I've made a few more. I'm going to try these with the rubber stamps that I make myself, and I'm going to try it with the rubber stamps and the Utee. So that's what we're going to do after this. So excuse me if I'm babbling a bit today. I'm a bit tired. I went to bed too late, got up too early, but there you go. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you how easy these things cut through some polymer clay before I actually show you how to make one. So this is polymer clay that's been conditioned in the pasta machine. This is polymer clay that's just been rolled out with my roller. And so it doesn't matter which one I take, they're about the same thickness anyway. And so I pick which side I want to use of the cutter, it doesn't matter, they're both equally as sharp. And I just apply even pressure all the way down. And then that means then there's my heart, which looks pretty funky, right? Okay, so there's that. And then another thing that I do as well, actually, is, let's just use, I'm just going to use half of this on here, because I actually want to save this bit for when we've just done the other cutter. So I would use this as well sometimes, this little bit of acrylic, and use that to make sure that it goes down as an even pressure all the way down. Okay, so I think they're pretty good. I can't honestly remember where I learnt this, somewhere on YouTube. I spend my life on YouTube because there's so many amazing people. You're all amazing, and it's great to learn from all of you, and I just like, you know, passing it on. So there will be some tutorials coming up with the things that are uniquely to do with me, and that I am looking forward to. But right now, there's just some things that I think are really good for you to know and to learn. And, you know, it's good to know how to make these, because then if you someone asks you for a certain shape, rather than having to go and find it, you can make it yourself. And there's lots of things you can use to wrap this stuff around to make your cutter as well. So anyway, we take the candle out of the candle holder, as you can see, and then I need to cut along here, so I may not have picked the best scissors for this, although they're pretty good scissors. Okay, so I'm going to cut that off, and then we can just get rid of that to one side. And then I use my finger, or my fingernail, just to straighten that out a bit, to get rid of massive crinkles. And then I can come back in, and I can just go in a straight line and just trim that off, any excess edge that's going to make it uneven to cut. So, you know, if kids want to do this, you might just want to have a parent present, because, you know, these bits of metal can be sharp. They're not hugely sharp, but let's face it, paper can cut, and paper can cause a really painful cut. We all know that. So there's lots of different shapes you can make that you can obviously figure out for yourself. Like if I were going to make a square, then I would need to make sure I've got 4 even sides that I can mark, and then I'd need a little bit left over on each end to make sure that I had enough to do the folding and wrapping to secure it, which is what I'm going to show you how to do now. So the easiest thing to show you how to do really is the heart. This is not something I was shown, this is something that I kind of did for myself. So I just need to pinch that there. Let's see if I can bring you in a bit. There we go. I got a new camera. Well, it's a second-hand camera, but I got a new camera. It's new to me, and I love it because I don't just have a 10-minute time limit, which means, you know, which means it's good. It means I can actually focus on the task at hand and not the time. So this is what I do anyway. I have my bend here, And I bring that one down, and I bring that one down, and then I just grab them at the end and I let that middle bit go, okay? So that's what I do. Okay. And so I've now got, oh, she says, I just dropped it. So I've now got these two bits hold, okay? And I want to make a little fold. So I fold one time. And then what I'm going to do is that fold, I've actually folded down the middle of that fold there. Okay. So I folded there. And then I'm going to fold that in half there. And that is now, sorry for being out of focus, I'm trying to get used to the camera and the camera angle. So that is now folded in half, okay? So that is now pretty secure. That really is pretty secure. So now what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to reshape, or not reshape, but shape your heart how you want it to be. So I have this one here, and that has this tail that comes down this way. And I like that, it's a bit quirky. And so this one I'm just going to make an ordinary heart because this is obviously for your benefit and not mine. You can do with these what you want. And so the way that you just watched me join that, you can actually join two together that way. And you can have them linked together, so we can do that in a minute. So let's just pop this on our clay. Nicely cut. Again, it doesn't matter which side you use. Use this to apply even pressure. That is now through. Take this away, take that away, and there you have it. A really pretty heart. So it's side on to you, isn't it? So let's turn that around. There you go. That is a really pretty heart. So this is where you go in yourself and you tidy up the edges. Don't forget we talked about the butcher's paper or peach paper. And you can go around with that as well. Excuse the sniffing. Me and my daughter have both had a stinking cold. My man had it, but he only had it for 48 hours and he handled it really well. It wasn't a man flu situation, thankfully. Just bless him. Okay, so then when it comes to making two of them, let's just quickly pull these out here. No, that one doesn't want to come out. Okay, that one's out. And sometimes they do get a little bit stuck and they don't want to come away. And so just gonna, actually rather than cut out the two, I'm just gonna cut this in half and show you how to join them back up together. This is for obviously if you want to make something bigger, then that's cool. Oh, that just went flying. Okay, so let's just zoom back out a minute to give us a bit more space on the picture frame here. So, and there you go. So you can see how wonky that is there. So we're just going to trim that straight. It doesn't matter how tall or short you have these things really. They're still going to work. So throw that away. Then I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, so if you had two longer pieces, now remember we're pretending to work with longer pieces, so improvise. Let's pull that in. And again, you fold. Okay. Doesn't have to be straight. As long as it's straight on the outside, as long as it's, oh, I haven't finished yet and I was trying to do something else. Okay. As long as the next one is straight. Okay. And then this bit here, folds that way there. That now, really, could get a pair of pliers, I guess. Let's just try this. Jewelry pliers. Put that flat. And that's actually not much thicker than what you get on an ordinary cutter. So let's just pull out an ordinary cutter and see. So there you go. I think that's pretty damn good. And you can do any shape that you like. and I'll get back to you and let you know at the end of the video if we can use it on Utee or not, because that's what I'm going to do in a minute. So I will see you in a while. Thanks. Okay, so here's a piece of rubber that gets used with the rubber stamp making machine that I've got. Now sometimes if the printout isn't black enough, then it's an epic fail on the actual piece of rubber, so it's kind of wasted. But I kept mine to see if they were going to be any good for Utee or not, using the Utee machine, which apparently, sadly guys, you can't get anymore. So I just need to find my tool here a minute, because I haven't actually played with my Utee for quite a long time. So anyway, I've heated up some Utee. Forgot how lush that smells. It smells lovely. I don't know why, I just like the smell of weird things like that, but I like the smell of petrol and I like the smell of oil and stuff. Anyway, so I have then got my Utee machine in wrong direction, and I've got my mat and I've mounted my Utee, which is there. Got my heat mat out, and then I've done this. So it's still a bit hot in the middle, it's still got some movement to it. It doesn't feel really boiling hot on the bottom. This metal that I've made out of the candle holders has managed to hold it all in. So there's been no leakage around the sides or anything. And I want to test it on these, because if I can use these, I can make my own, and we can use that with the Utee, which is what I really want to do. So for some unknown reason, the Utee is really bubbly, which wouldn't be any good if you wanted to make a piece, of course. So I kind of made a mistake of having cheaper Utee. It was actually a gift for me, but I chose it, and I think that I should have stuck with the better quality stuff. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. If you've got colour in it, which I haven't because I'm just testing, but if you have colour in it and you make pendants with it, then it's absolutely fine. You don't really see any bubbles or anything in it. So I haven't actually sold any of my Utee bits yet. I haven't taken them with me to sell as such. But, you know, the Utee comes out really nice and really beautiful. I don't know, I can't seem to find any at the moment. I keep them somewhere safe. So safe that I can't find them to show you. Anyway, I'm looking for this to be, there you go, it's totally dry. So let's see if there's any damage that's been done. So really, that's actually just melted the top layer of sticky stuff. I don't know if you can see that. Because this is still tacky, because I didn't wash it all off because I knew it was a fail. And so that's pretty cool. Now, Utee is really hard to get out of your cutters. I've used aluminium ones and it's got stuck, and OMG, that has been, what did I just say OMG for? Oh my god, that was really, really hard. So I'm wondering then what would happen if we did this and we could pull this off. So I've never done this before, I'm just doing this now in front of you guys, because I don't know if this is going to work or not. So I like the idea of finding out together. So with some work, I can get that bit out of there. Hopefully we can get this bit out of here. Nice to see what happens there, eh? No, it's not going to let me. But you know what? I could actually warm this little bit up here with my heat tool to get this out. It doesn't need a lot of encouragement. It just needs a bit of encouragement. Maybe if I'd done that a bit quicker. I really like the shape of that heart, and it's tiny and I really like it. So yeah, okay, that's not out yet. There we go, we've got it out. Okay, so that was a bit of a pain to get out on that bit there. But you know what, you could actually even have your sealed bit up here. You don't have to seal it at the bottom. You can seal it at the top, and then you could just like open it and pull it out and make that the quickest part that you pull apart. Or make your heart wider. So, you know, this here now looks like a bejaggled piece. But you know what? You flatten that out with your fingers on the desktop, and that's going to go straight back. And you're going to be able to use this for quite a while before you're going to have to throw it away. As you're going to be able to keep using it and using it. And so, yeah, I kind of like that idea, so I think that's what I may do now. And obviously the stamp's going to be okay. Now this is no good, I'm going to use a proper stamp I've made now. And I'll show you at the end, see what I can do. And I'll show you. So, yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll wait to the end and you'll see. I'm quite excited now. Excellent. That has made my day. Okay, enjoy. See you next time. Okay, so I've played around here with the Utee, and this is what we have. So it is a little bit rough in the middle, you can see here. It's a bit rough, which is okay because there's a level of tack that goes over the rubber stamp that never really comes off. Even now, I reckon I could do that again onto the rubber stamp and the stamp would be absolutely fine, but it just adds this weird bit in the middle. So I think maybe I won't use the rubber stamps I'm making with the machine, but the ones that I get from the actual stamp makers when they come through in red. The red stamps will be fine, they work really well anyway. But I was able to pull the heart off really easily, and so that is what we could make with Utee, as long as it's on a proper rubber stamp. So, but I'm really chuffed that the actual cutters worked, because I've got them stuck in a cutter before, and oh, it was just unbelievable. To the point that, look, if you look, there's still Utee on there, and that's never coming off. It's never coming off. But there you go, never mind, this is even when I've coated it in different stuff to try and stop it from sticking. So I'm really chuffed that I can just, I can rip this off. And then I can flatten this out and I can start again. So I'm really chuffed with that. So anyway, there we go, that's today. So thank you guys for joining me. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, say hi, tell me where you're from, tell me if you try the tutorials, tell me what tutorials you'd like to see. Leave me a comment for me to come and look at your channel. I'll come look at your channel and see what you do. I think it's about us artists sticking together. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for joining me again today for that brief tutorial on how to make your own cutters. Enjoy. I'd like to see what cutters you make. You can follow me on Facebook down below. There you can come and join my page, and then you can show me what you make. I've been really intrigued in that, and I've also got like a craft swap shop page as well where we can swap crafts. I'd like to see what you do. I think handmade things are excellent and beautiful, and that's the way it should be. So anyway, thanks very much for joining us again, and I say us because I'm always in the house with other people. It's not me and my demons, honestly. So I'll see you next time. Okay, have a good week. Bye.